Listen carefully, because if you miss this, you'll stay average for the rest of your life. July 1st isn't just a date, it's a deadline, a line in the sand. Most people will ignore it. They'll treat it like just another Tuesday. But the chosen ones, we know better. We don't sleepwalk through time, we use it like a weapon. You see, this world doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care that you're tired, that you're broke. It only respects power, and power belongs to the man who decides he'll take it. The world is burning, economies are collapsing, governments are lying, social media is programming you, and you're still scrolling like your time is infinite. Wake up. Every second you waste, your enemies train harder. While you sleep, another man is building his empire. While you doubt yourself, another warrior sharpens his blade. I've seen men go from 0 to millions by mastering two things: discipline and ruthlessness. Not money, not luck, not privilege, just a refusal to be weak. I was banned, attacked, demonized, and yet I rise. Why? Because I play life like it's war. You either dominate or you're dominated. You don't get to be lazy and successful. You don't get to be emotional and respected. You either become the man who others follow, or you spend your life following another man's orders. You feel stuck. That's your fault. Your bank account is empty. Your fault. Your life is soft. Your fault. You don't need therapy. You need clarity. You need a mission. So here's your mission. From now until July 1st, you act like your life depends on it, because it does. No more excuses. No more comfort. I don't care how tired you are. Get up earlier. I don't care how broke you are. Learn a skill. I don't care how sad you are. Lift some weights. You want to be respected. Become dangerous. You want to be rich. Solve real problems. You want freedom. Then suffer now, so you don't suffer forever. Every great man was forged in chaos. And right now, the chaos is coming. The weak will cry. The average will quit, but the chosen, we rise. So ask yourself, before July 1st, am I a lion or a lamb? Because when the smoke clears, only the ruthless will remain. Get up, get to work. No one is coming to save you. You must become your own hero. July 1st is your rebirth or your grave. Choose. Most of you are sleepwalking through life. You think you've got time. You think July 1st is just another day. It's not. It's a checkpoint for warriors, for men who move with intent, for those who refuse to rot in mediocrity. That's the problem with this generation. You wake up without purpose. You drift. You scroll. You consume. You're not living. You're existing. You've been lied to, told that success is about waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right sign. But let me tell you something. The world doesn't give signs. It gives pain. And either you use that pain to build something unbreakable, or you let it drown you in comfort and excuses. You think July 1st is just a date. But for the elite, for those who have unplugged from the matrix, it's a call to arms. It's a mental checkpoint. A moment to ask, what have I done since the year began? Have I moved forward, or have I coasted through another 6 months of mediocrity? Average men don't even ask the question. They're too distracted. They're too weak. They'd rather chase dopamine than discipline. Every man is given the same 24 hours. What separates the powerful from the pitiful is intention. The warrior wakes up with a war plan. He knows exactly what he must conquer today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. He doesn't hit snooze. He doesn't check Instagram. He wakes up with violence in his mind and victory in his blood. And what about you? Still waiting for motivation, still praying someone saves you from your own laziness. Wake up. Nobody is coming. Nobody cares. If you don't build the life you want, you're going to suffer in the one you were handed. That's the truth. The brutal, cold, unforgiving truth. You think you've got time. That's the biggest lie. Time is a weapon in the hands of those who move with urgency. The successful treat time like it's gasoline, every drop counts. The failures treat it like tap water, infinite, disposable, wasted. The man who wins is not always the smartest, or the strongest, or the most talented. He's the one who shows up daily with a sickening level of obsession. He's the one who treats Monday morning like it's Judgment Day. He's the one who doesn't need to be told what to do because he already decided months ago who he is. This is your moment. July 1st isn't random. It's a checkpoint in your warpath. Half the year is gone, half remains, and that's not something to cry about. That's something to weaponize. You either finish strong or you finish forgotten. There is no middle ground. There is no reward for average. There is no prize for potential. There's only victory or regret. The warrior understands this. He doesn't fear the date on the calendar. He dominates it. The Matrix has you chasing comfort. Netflix, Uber Eats, mindless scrolling. You were not born for this. You were born to dominate. You were born to be feared, but you traded your throne for distraction. Look at yourself. Really look. You were designed with power inside you, built to lead, to conquer, to stand above the noise. But what happened? You gave it all up for convenience. You traded your discipline for dopamine. They put a screen in your hand and fed you pleasure, and you surrendered without a fight. The system knows what it's doing. It keeps you numb. It keeps you chasing comfort, because comfort kills ambition. Every order you place for food you didn't cook, every hour you waste binging someone else's success story, every swipe you make through endless nonsense, that's another brick in your digital prison. You think you're free, but you're more controlled than ever. The modern man isn't enslaved by chains anymore. He's enslaved by choice. But these aren't real choices. They're illusions. You didn't choose to be soft. You were conditioned into it. You were taught that struggle is optional, that hard work is outdated, that masculinity is toxic, and you believed them. That's your sin. You didn't even resist. You were born for more. You feel it deep down in your blood, in your bones. You were meant to lead, to build empires, to strike fear into the hearts of your enemies. But instead of power, you chase peace. Instead of battle, you chase comfort. And every time you do, a part of you dies, quietly, slowly, softly. The men who run this world don't watch Netflix. They own Netflix. They don't order food. They own the companies that profit from your laziness. They don't scroll. They get paid when you scroll. You are not the user, you are the used. Distraction is the enemy of greatness. Every time you delay your goals for some quick hit of pleasure, you lose momentum. You lose control. You lose respect. First from others, then from yourself. And the worst part is, you know it. You feel it every night when your head hits the pillow, that gnawing regret. That quiet voice inside that says, you wasted another day. You were not built to watch. You were built to act, to create, to destroy, to dominate. You were supposed to walk into a room and shift the atmosphere. But instead, you walk in with your head down, afraid to be seen, afraid to be heard, afraid to make moves. They neutered your hunger, they softened your edge, and they did it with free shipping and dopamine hits. But if you still feel a fire in your chest, if there's even a flicker left, you must protect it like your life depends on it. Because it does. You are not here to chase comfort. You are here to chase conquest. And until you remember that, you will never feel truly alive. You think life will give you a warning before it destroys you. It won't. One wrong decision, one moment of weakness, and you'll lose everything. That's why the chosen ones train daily, physically, mentally, financially. We stay ready. Life doesn't send you a polite message before it wrecks you. It doesn't tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, get ready. Tomorrow everything changes. No, it strikes hard, fast, and without mercy. One accident, one betrayal, one market crash, one emotional slip. That's all it takes. And suddenly the life you thought was stable crumbles under your feet. You don't see it coming because you're too busy playing it safe, drifting, wasting time, assuming there's more time. But there isn't. Life doesn't operate on your schedule. It doesn't care about your excuses. It's ruthless, unforgiving, and it rewards only the prepared. The average man lives like he's immune to collapse. He goes through the motions, skips the gym, avoids discipline, spends instead of invests, scrolls instead of studies. He thinks tomorrow is guaranteed, but when the storm hits, and it will hit, he panics. He scrambles, he gets crushed. Why? Because he never trained. He never fortified his mind, his body, or his bank account. He lived soft, and life punished him for it. That's why the chosen ones train every single day. Not out of fear, but out of awareness. We understand what's at stake. We know that everything can be taken at any moment. Your money, your status, your relationships, your peace. Nothing is permanent unless you've built it on an unshakable foundation. And foundations aren't built in times of peace. They're built in silence, through repetition, through discipline, through obsession. When I wake up, I don't wait to feel motivated. I move because my enemies are moving. I train because I might be tested today. I study because information is the new weapon. I grow my money because I refuse to be at the mercy of another man's wallet. Everything I do is preparation, not paranoia precision. Because I've seen it happen. I've watched men lose everything over one moment of weakness, one emotional outburst, one missed opportunity, one undisciplined night. And when it happens, they look around confused, shocked that the world didn't give them a second chance. But the world doesn't give second chances. It gives consequences. The man who survives is the man who's always ready, ready for the chaos, ready for betrayal, ready for the opportunity, ready for the war. You don't wait until the battle starts to sharpen your sword. You sharpen it every morning, whether there's a war or not. That's how warriors live. That's how kings are made. We prepare, not because life is fair, but because it isn't. Train your body so you can handle pain. Train your mind so you can face chaos. Train your finances so no one owns you. That's the formula. That's how the chosen ones move every single day. The elite don't beg. We don't hope. We command. We build networks. We forge power. And we conquer silently. You'll never hear a lion roar in the jungle before it kills. That's how I operate. That's how you must move. Begging is for the weak. Hope is for the unprepared. The elite don't wait for permission to rise. We decide, we act, we execute with precision. While others sit around hoping the universe sends them a miracle, we create our own fate. We don't pray for opportunities. We manufacture them because we understand one brutal truth. Power is never given, it is only taken. The average man shouts, complains, makes noise. He posts for attention. He brags about potential, but he has no results, no impact, no reach. The powerful move in silence. They don't tell you what they're doing, they just do it. And when it's finished, the world can't ignore it. You think power is about being loud. No, power is quiet, cold, strategic. It flows in rooms you'll never enter. It's built through alliances, through loyalty, through leverage. The elite form networks that run entire industries while you're busy fighting for likes and follows. We don't need attention. We need control, control of money, control of time, control of influence. That's the real flex. While the sheep are screaming for validation, the lions are planning the kill. You'll never hear us coming. That's intentional. Loud people are predictable. Loud people are weak. We don't reveal our hand. We strike with precision, and when we do, it's already too late for the other side. This is how I move. This is how real power moves. No wasted words, no emotion, no delay. We calculate, we eliminate, we dominate. Everything is intentional. Every conversation has purpose. Every connection has a strategic value. If it doesn't elevate, it's eliminated. People think success is about hard work. That's only part of it. Real success, the kind that changes your bloodline, is built on power. Power comes from structure, from discipline, from being 3 steps ahead of every other man in the room, from building networks so strong that one phone call can change your entire reality. You want to be elite. Stop making noise. Start making moves. Start studying the game from the shadows. Learn how power flows. Learn how alliances are formed, how deals are struck, how leaders are born. Understand this. Kings don't roar to be heard. They move with such precision, the world whispers their name with fear and respect. That's how I built everything. That's how I survive every attack. That's how I keep growing when others collapse, because I don't move like the herd. I move like the predator, and so should you. Build your network in silence. Build your empire in the dark. And when it's time to show your strength, do it so powerfully the world never recovers. People will hate you when you rise. They'll mock you, cancel you, exile you. I was banned from platforms, censored worldwide, and yet I'm still richer, stronger, and freer than them because I play the long game. So should you. The moment you start climbing, the attacks begin. It's inevitable. People don't hate you because you did something wrong. They hate you because you did something right. You exposed their weakness. Your discipline reminds them of their laziness. Your courage reflects their cowardice. Your success magnifies their failure. So what do? They mock you. They twist your words. They spread lies, hoping to pull you down so they don't have to rise up. I lived it. The world tried to erase me. I was banned, demonized, erased from platforms I helped dominate. But what happened? Did I vanish? No. I multiplied. I adapted. I outplayed the entire system because I wasn't playing the game for likes. I was playing for legacy. While they focused on short-term noise, I was building something that couldn't be deleted. Real power, real wealth, real freedom. You think haters are your enemy? No. Comfort is your enemy. Doubt is your enemy. Cowardice is your enemy. The haters, they're just noise, a byproduct of success, a confirmation that you're making waves because no one throws stones at a dead man. You'll be ignored when you're average, but the second you rise above the crowd, you become a target. That's how it works. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. They can't stop you unless you let them. When they tried to silence me, I laughed, because I had already built networks they couldn't see. Income streams they couldn't block. An army of minds I had already awakened. That's what the long game looks like. It's not about one win. It's about being unbreakable over time. Most people want quick success. They want to be rich by Friday, famous by Monday, and validated by strangers who don't even matter. That mindset is a death sentence. Real success, untouchable success, is built with patience, with discipline, with years of quiet work when no one is watching. And when the moment comes to rise, you're not hoping you survive the spotlight. You're prepared to own it. I don't just win, I outlast. That's the difference. You can be loud today, go viral for a week, and disappear next month. Or you can build so strong, so deep, that not even cancellation can touch you. You become a storm that keeps coming, again and again. Because you're not chasing attention, you're chasing immortality, so let them hate, let them try, let them scream. If you stay consistent, if you stay strategic, if you play the long game like I do, one day they won't just remember your name. They'll regret ever doubting it. This message isn't for the masses, it's for the few, the wolves, the chosen ones. July 1st is a line in the sand. Cross it as a new version of yourself, or stay weak, soft, and forgotten. Your call, the average man won't hear this. He'll scroll past it, laugh at it, mock it, because deep down he knows it's true, and it scares him. It exposes the lie he tells himself every day that he's fine, but he's not fine. He's average, He's ordinary, and deep down, he knows he was meant for more. This message isn't for him. It's for the outlier, the man who can't sleep at night because mediocrity haunts him, the man who looks at the world and sees through the fake smiles, the weak systems, the cheap distractions, the one who knows life was never meant to be comfortable. It was meant to be conquered. This is for him. This is for you. We are wolves, not pets, not sheep. Wolves we don't beg to fit in. We were born to stand out, born to lead, born to move through this life with hunger, force, and a cold, relentless sense of direction. The world wants to break us, soften us, strip us of our edge, but we don't bend, we sharpen. While the rest settle for scraps, we train for the throne. July 1st isn't just a date. It's a turning point. It's a line in the sand. The universe draws it for every man at some point in his life. A moment where he must choose. Evolve or stay the same. Transform or decay. Rise or rot. And most will choose comfort. Most will let the moment pass. Most will stay soft. But the chosen, we use that line as a signal. A new season. A new identity. We don't wait for January 1st. We don't wait for a crisis. We make war with the calendar. We use time as our battlefield. We look at July 1st and say, this is it. This is where the old me dies. From that day forward, your name should strike differently. Your routine, your habits, your goals. Everything must change. The softness must die. The weakness must be buried. The doubts must be destroyed. You step forward as a machine, ruthless, calculated, clear. And don't expect applause. Don't expect support. The world cheers for weakness. It celebrates failure and victimhood. But warriors don't need claps. They need results. They need dominance. They need respect earned through blood, sweat, and consistency. So I'm telling you this as a man who's been there. As someone who's taken the hits and kept walking. You want a new life. This is your moment. July 1st is your mark. Step into it with fire, with obsession, with the mindset of a man who will not be denied, because if you don't, you stay forgotten. Just another name lost in the noise, but if you rise, you become unforgettable, your call.